Hello and welcome to the weekly Kashmir University Video Digest Quest. First, a look at the highlights. Equal opportunity and participation must for development, says the Vice-Chancellor. IKS bids farewell to its first batch of SAARC students. Two-day seminar on electronic devices and information security held. And NSS's week-long plantation drive commences. Now the details of all these events with your host Nisar Dharma. The Department of Economics organized a two-day seminar on growth and development in Northwestern region, issues and perspectives. Supported by the ICSSR, the inaugural function of the seminar was held at the Gandhi Bhavan Auditorium. Head Economics Department, Professor Ifat Yasmin, presented the welcome address.
A broad brush of macroeconomic variables of this region makes one to conclude that development process has been uneven across states. The issue of regional disparity is increasingly becoming a serious policy issue with deeper socio-political implications. During the last 3 decades, while advanced states have tended to leapfrog in reform period, other states have lagged behind. In the context of growth performance in the post-reform period, the economists and policymakers have become interested in trends in regional inequalities.
Professor R.L. Bhatt of Economics Department from Central University, Jammu, said that industrial sector contributes lowest in the state of Jammu and Kashmir.
Sectoral composition suggests that industry contributes the lowest to the state domestic product of Jammu and Kashmir state. And in Himachal Pradesh, the contribution from the industrial sector is the highest as far as these 5 states are concerned. The agricultural sector contributes across these states not more than 20% in any case. And Haryana has just 14% of its state domestic product flowing from agricultural sector. This is a healthy trend because as we move on a growth path, the share of the agricultural sector goes on decreasing.
Former Director of Center for Research in Rural and Industrial Development, Chandigarh, Professor S.S. Gill, in his keynote address said that GDP growth is not the index of growth of any country.
In face of a high rate of growth of GDP, we have also harvested another crop, that is farmer suicides. If you look at the data at national level, what we find is that more than 3 lakh farmers have committed suicide from 1997 onward. And from this problem, it's not only some of the southern states which are suffering, our northern states are also suffering from that. The state of Punjab has also suffered from this problem, which is agriculturally one of the most advanced states in the country. Haryana has also experienced this kind of problem. And if you go by National Crime Bureau data, we find that Himachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir are free from this problem. Now, GDP number growth does not give you the details of the nature of this growth. And therefore, we need to look at the nature of this growth.
The Vice-Chancellor, Professor Khurshid Iqbal Andrabi, emphasized that development in economic growth cannot be attained without the proportionate participation of all stakeholders.
For a science student like me, I see economy like a human body. Economy has to basically have resource, and then it is converted by our industrial sector, that is the gastrointestinal tract, into cash. And now look at this cash. This cash goes into blood and circulates every place. Depending upon where the requirement is more, it would shut down certain unnecessary sectors and feed in only those sectors, like during fasting, it only feeds the brain. But there is none of the sector that does not get proportionate growth. unless economy really reflects disproportionate growth, we are not growing at all. That is why this confusion. That is why sometimes we grow at 7%, sometimes we grow at 10%, but in the end we have not grown at all.
On the valedictory function, advisor to the governor, Mr. Khurshid Ganai, was the chief guest. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Ganai advised all the participants that they should become employment generators rather than employment seekers.
The lack of employment opportunity in the private sector or the failure on our part to become entrepreneurs, to become self-employed people and to become employment generators rather than employment seekers. We have all become employment seekers. I think all of you here, most of you are thinking of, taking an exam, joining the government, and if not the government, a private sector job, but a job, a naukri. Naukri has become almost, a way of thinking for we Kashmiris, both for the younger generation. My generation had a lot of opportunities. There were a lot of naukris, and there were fewer of us. Very few of us, had gone into education, and so there were enough opportunities and we could do it, and we were not frustrated. But unfortunately now, the things have changed. You are too many, and there are too few jobs in the government. The government is already overloaded.
Dean Academic Affairs Professor Muhammad Ashrafani on the occasion said that the need of the hour is to hunt for talent to pursue economics.
Just as we are hunting for talent to pursue science and technology, similarly we should hunt for the talent to pursue economics. Unfortunately, as a teacher for more than 35 years in the university, I am seeing decline, I may be pardoned for this, I am seeing decline in the number of talent opting for economics as compared to other subjects in social sciences. This is a very, very disturbing trend. And if we don't produce economists of great ideas, there's no future.
The UNESCO Madanjit Singh Institute of Kashmir Studies organized the first South Asia Youth Festival. The festival was organized in collaboration with the Daily Rising Kashmir and was held in commemoration of 9 SAARC students completing their degrees from the University of Kashmir. Director IKS Professor Gul Muhammad Wani presented the welcome address and outlined the problems which South Asian nations are facing.
One of the very important things is that if we have to show generosity towards future, there is no other way to show generosity towards future except by investing in the present. And unless and until we are not going to invest in the present, future cannot be generous towards us. We live in that part of the world, South Asia, where unfortunately over a period of time very disturbing trends are quite noticeable. Couple of things which are going to matter a lot for us collectively will be what direction youth are going to take, what role youth are going to take in this region, what would be the nature and direction of the economy, what type of status we are going to confer upon the women of South Asia, and what would be the quality of education. These are a couple of things on which there is near consensus among experts, international experts, regional experts, that these are a couple of things which will shape up not only the future but futures of South Asia.
Editor-in-Chief Rising Kashmir, Dr. Said Shujat Bukhari, advised the university to invest in IKS so that the SAARC students become ambassadors of Kashmir.
Experiment of having SAARC students in Kashmir has actually created a big space, and I would request the Honorable Vice Chancellor that Institute of Kashmir Studies should be the first priority for the University of Kashmir because of the fact that it can become the face of the University of Kashmir for the rest of the world, where people can come, people can talk, people can do the research, and this can be the, I would say, the springboard where from you can, take the things forward. And if you do, sir, invest in the Institute of Kashmir Studies, I don't think that there can be a better gift for projecting Kashmir in the rightest perspective to the rest of the world.
The Vice-Chancellor, Professor Khurshid Iqbal Andrabi, stressed that education is meant to evolve human beings into better persons.
Education is not necessarily restricted to reading books and learning from within a circle, but actually evolving yourselves in totality. The example is very simple. Education is like a kernel of a fruit tree. The potential in the kernel to become a full-fledged fruit tree is always there. But if you were to restrict this kernel to a very limited kind of basic requirement of air, water, and sunlight, you would, in the end, be able to generate a tree, but not to an extent what it would if it was to get every single exposure that was required for it to evolve.
He advised the IKS to globalize itself in terms of student intake so that the university has a global culture in the campus.
Evolution of this institution does not have to be restricted to SAARC countries. It has to be a much more global way of making presentation, of showcasing this university in a manner that this university deserves. We're trying to strengthen the vibrancy, we're trying to push the academic atmosphere in the university, and not only academic atmosphere, we have somehow fallen short of what a university should look like in the first instance.
Later, a technical session was held in which many journalists from the Valley, academics from the university participated along with the SAARC students. The Department of Electronics and Instrumentation Technology organized a two-day All India seminar. The seminar was held on Electronic Devices, Systems and Information Security. Coordinator, Department of Electronics and Instrumentation Technology, and the seminar organizer, Dr. Muhammad Tariq Bande, presented the welcome address.
The 2016 National Seminar on Electronic Devices, Systems and Information Security, SEEDS 2016, with the financial support of University Grants Commission of India under its SAP program, is second in the series that has been organized to promote, motivate, and encourage younger generation to take up contemporary research in electronics and its allied disciplines. SEED is a forum that brings together scholars, academicians, and experts working in various specialized fields of electronics.
Dean, Faculty of Applied Sciences and Technology and seminar convener, Professor G.M. Bhatt, delineated the aims and objectives of the seminar.
Seminars like SEEDS provide an opportunity to renew contacts with the experts concerning the subject and discuss problems of mutual interest with each other. The theme of the seminar covers several areas related to the field of electronics. I am sure that this seminar will provide a good platform to exchange ideas and help the young research scholars and students to share their research findings. I sincerely hope that the seminar will be an important step in our efforts to improve the quality of technological education, and that the deliberations of the seminar will enrich us with more knowledge and experience.
Professor of Electrical Engineering Technology at Onondaga Community College in Syracuse, New York, Professor Ramesh Gowankar, in his address said that it is important for students to attend such seminars to know what is happening in the field, as changes are taking place at a rapid pace.
Some of you will be graduating this year. Some of you will be graduating in next 2 years. By the time you go to the industry, you will find things have changed. So what is really important in terms of learning or finishing the degrees is not the advanced technology per se, but what are the basics of it. Because on those basics, you will be able to adapt to the new technology. Impress or at least advise. When you go into the field, whether you're doing a research, whether you're working in industry, we as a country have lots of problems. 60-70% of our population is in villages. They have the problems. And many times what happens is, rather than looking at our problems, we start looking at Western countries, US countries. What goes on in US research, we tend to emulate that. we have problems and we can solve our problems.
Dean Academic Affairs Professor Muhammad Ashraf Wani expressed happiness that so many scholars, academics and experts across India have come to attend the seminar.
This is really the index of the success of this seminar. Their participation with fresh ideas, innovative ideas, will not only benefit our young research scholars, but it has an added importance, that is, their coming to Kashmir will help in correcting certain contemporary distortions about Kashmir.
The National Service Scheme, in collaboration with University's Landscape Division and Rahim Green's Srinagar, organized a week-long plantation drive in the university campus. The plantation drive started in the campus for protection and conservation of environment and will proceed towards other campuses and colleges of Kashmir. Speaking on the occasion, NSS coordinator Professor Neelofar Khan thanked Rahim Motors for organizing a greenery drive.
हम अपने वाइस चांसलर साहब का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं, इन बच्चियों का शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं जो इस बारिश में भी हमारे साथ आए, क्योंकि एक शौक है.
The Vice Chancellor Professor Khurshid Iqbal Andrabi thanked all the stakeholders for organizing such plantation drive.
Hamid Sabun to Zarif Sabun to seta mashkur ki yim asan pat atna yim kul lagnas. Halanki aşçı pazpatna senis komas varya zorat am şejarıç. İsliye inşallah rozi kayım to dayım to bu seta mashkur Zarif Sabun to seta mashkur madam hun to seta mashkur Hamid Sabun to.
Poet Mr. Zarif Ahmed Zarif requested students to plant saplings in their homes as well.
تۄہہِ گژھِ پانس مزاجس منٛز یُن تُہۍ گٔژھِو پننہِ گرِ تہِ کُلٮ۪ن وَوٕنۍ گری یوت نہٕ پرِ تہِ گٔژھِو کُلۍ وَوٕنۍ کیازِ سون آسُن چھُ سون داج چھُ سانہِ ماجہِ کٔشیٖرِ ہُنٛد یُس یہِ شُہُل تہٕ شہجار چھُ یِہوٚے چھِ اَسہِ وراثتٕچ سُہ بۄکھچہٕ ہِن یۄس اَسہِ اصلافو حوالہٕ کٔرمٕژ چھےٚ لہذا پزِ تۄہہِ یہِ شُہُل تہٕ شہجار رچھُن تہٕ یِمن سارنٕے دِیِن توفیٖق مولا یہِ پنُن یہِ شُہُل برقرار تھاوُن تہٕ بحال تھاوُن حمید صٲبُن شُکر گُزٲری اندرب صٲبُن شُکر گُزٲری یِم زن طارق صٲب چھُ یتھ سۭتۍ میڈم چھےٚ نِم جُملہٕ لہذا پٮ۪ٹھٕ کوٚر اللہ تعالیٰ ہن یتھ شُہُل اَسہِ ووت تالہِ پٮ۪ٹھ شہجار تہٕ لہذا کھٔسِن وۄنۍ براندٕ کِنۍ تہِ شہجارٕے.
EMMRC producer and NSS program coordinator Mr. Tariq Abdullah said that Rahim Motors has donated 4,500 saplings to be planted in campuses and colleges.
Bharati College Amira Higher Secondary Bachi Law Department Bachi NSS volunteers in the sun even certain silence Basi going to Shukur Guzar Kiloko program in Kamyab. Vice Chancellor serving in the Kayatasma named program Agas Go, Busmanishi Tawaku Tawanki Imkaran Birthday I see Kaya Faraham, the Eskaro Inshallah Rahman, Yapur campus man greenery, Nasi Yas campus Baki campus, North Campus, South Campus, Besha Hamid Sabni Wasata. Rahim Green did with 4,500 saplings. You must distribute karo tamam pannan college and higher secondary institution to the north and south campuses. Inshallah, mission roz 21 haftastan jari.
With this, we come to the end of our today's program. In case you have missed some part of Quest, log on to emmrckashmir.com where you can watch the whole episodes. Send us your suggestions at our email address quest@emmrckashmir.com. Before I take your leave, here are a few words of wisdom. Darkness signifies at once both birth and death. It is in all cases a desire to return to the fullness of the mother, a desire for an unbroken and undifferentiated line of vision and origin.